Major spoilers ahead. If you haven't watched Sinners all the way through, including the post-credits sting, turn back now. For everyone else, let's break down the film's brutal final act, the fates of its key characters, and what that last scene is really setting up. The long night comes to an end. From its opening moments, Sinners promises that not everyone will make it to sunrise. Set over a single, blood-soaked night, the film traps its characters inside a moral pressure cooker, one where past sins aren't just remembered, they're weaponized. By the time the final act begins, the rules of survival are clear. Confession buys you time, denial feeds the darkness, and redemption comes at a devastating price. Who survives the night? Eli, Michael B. Jordan. Eli emerges as the film's emotional and narrative anchor, and yes, he survives. But calling him a winner misses the point. By the final scene, Eli is physically alive and spiritually wrecked. His survival hinges on the choice he makes during the ritual confrontation in the chapel. Rather than shifting blame or bargaining, Eli confesses his role in the crime that bound the group together in the first place. That confession breaks the cycle the entity feeds on, not because it's noble, but because it's honest. Eli walks out into the dawn alone, carrying everyone else's ghosts with him. Survival, Sinners suggests, is its own kind of punishment. Maeve's fate is quieter but just as significant. After being wounded in the chaos of the final showdown, she disappears from the chapel before the entity collapses in on itself. The film later confirms she survives through a brief hospital scene, battered, silent, and refusing to speak to authorities. Her survival is symbolic. Maeve never fully confesses, but she never lies either. She exists in the uncomfortable space between guilt and accountability, and that ambiguity spares her. Who doesn't make it? Jonah. Jonah's death is the most overtly brutal of the group. He's the last character still insisting the past doesn't matter, and the entity proves him catastrophically wrong. When Jonah attempts to escape the chapel without confronting what he's done, the shadows quite literally swallow him. His death isn't just punishment, it's erasure. By morning, there's no body, no blood, and no trace he ever existed. Even Eli struggles to remember his face. Father Calder. Father Calder's arc ends in tragic irony. A man who built his life on offering absolution cannot accept his own guilt. His refusal to confess, cloaked in scripture and ritual, seals his fate. In one of the film's most haunting images, Calder burns as the chapel's candles extinguish one by one, leaving only darkness. Faith without accountability, the film argues, is just another form of denial. The meaning of the final scene. After the chaos subsides, Sinners closes on a deceptively calm image. Eli stepping into the early morning light, sirens echoing faintly in the distance. It feels like an ending, until the credits roll. But Sinners isn't done yet. That post-credits scene explained. Just when you think the nightmare is over, the post-credits scene reframes everything. We cut to a modest roadside motel, weeks later. A woman checks in under a false name. The camera lingers on her reflection in the bathroom mirror, and then she looks directly into the lens. It's Jonah, or rather, someone wearing his face. His eyes are wrong, empty, knowing. The implication is chilling. The entity didn't die in the chapel. It learned. Where it once fed on groups bound by shared guilt, it can now move freely, wearing the identities of those it erased. This moment confirms that Jonah wasn't just killed. He was repurposed. What the ending is really saying. Sinners isn't a story about good versus evil. It's about accountability versus denial. Those who face what they've done, even imperfectly, survive. Those who refuse are consumed, absorbed, or transformed into something worse. The post-credits reveal pushes that idea further. Evil doesn't need secrecy anymore. It can pass. It can blend in. It can check into a motel and smile at the front desk. And the scariest part, no one else knows what it looks like, except Eli. Is a sequel being set up? Absolutely. The final sting all but confirms Sinners is meant to continue. The entity is no longer confined to a single night or a single location. It's learned how to move through the world, and Eli may be the only person who understands what's coming. Whether that means he becomes a hunter, a warning voice no one believes, or a man forever running from what he survived remains the film's final, unsettling question. Final takeaway. Sinners ends not with closure, but with consequence. Some characters survive the night. Others don't, and one comes back changed. Proof that confession may stop the fire, but it doesn't erase the smoke. The sun may rise, but in Sinners, darkness doesn't disappear. It just learns how to walk among us.